My name's Bruce Macague. Our farm here is roughly 10 k's west of Rochester, there in Victoria. Yeah, and we crop about 2,500 hectares and trade lambs on top of that. Yeah. Basically, the crops are, your standard canola, wheat, barley, oat and hay, and we're moving into lentils and faba beans as well. We currently run a modified John Deere 1895 disc seeder with a 12,000 litre simplicity cart. The machine sows an 1895 to 3-row machine, and it's been modified so it sows on all rows, and we can lock up the front row and we've got Aricks reels on the back 2 rows, so effectively we can have a pair of rows 6 inches apart with a 12-inch gap, and then another pair of 6-inch rows. Yeah. The boys come over and have done all the pins and bushes and made it a greaseless machine. They've modified the depth adjusters, got the T-handles and the gates, and then we've also run the Aricks wheels as well. Yeah. Brady will come over and he'll remember what he did last year. And I can't remember what had been done to the machine last year and things like I said. And then they came over and changed the discs. And the other thing about when you get them, you think changing the disc, you should be able to do that yourself, that's no drama. But when they come over, they've got the truck with parts on it as well. And as they're going along, they'll pick up things that I'd go, I need a little bearing there, or a stat specialist bolt that holds the seed tube in. I've got to go and fix one up or find one of those or cobble something together. They have it on the truck and just put it in. With the Aricks wheels, which are a very important part of the whole rotation where the straw's on the ground, is that the sweeping of the straw into that inter-row space allows for the disc to cut through without any hair pinning. So in ground conditions, so like you've had a rain and the ground is soft underneath, without the row cleaners you'd have to wait for a few more days for the conditions to improve so you could get the disc would cut the straw. But if we're using the Aricks wheels, they can get that out of the way, and you can get going, days earlier than what you would normally. So, because some of the trade-off people say with the disc is you have to wait for it to dry out a bit compared to a tine to get going. Well, we sort of cut that back so it's not a significant problem.
You can't get this establishment without Aricks wheels, just because of the way it sweeps to the side. You can see here, there's less straw here compared to over here. You can see how it's mounded up. There's no other canola crops like this around. Dry sown, but yeah. But that's the value of keeping all that moisture, keeping this cover there the whole time.
There are other aftermarket parts around you can buy from the US and things like that, but the principal reason is these are being developed by Colin and his team for the Australian conditions we see in Australia, not in the US, where they don't seem to do the big hectares or acres over there, and they don't seem to have the dusty conditions, and they don't seem to sort of be. It doesn't seem to be the attention to detail on some of the things. Yeah. Like I say, it's just the service you get. You can ring up and you actually get Colin. He's the man who's developed the parts, and he can talk you through, if you've got a problem, he can talk you through it, or you're just wondering about something, he can talk you where the development steps are up to and things like that. The service we get from Aricks with the parts and availability is second to none, and I don't know why you'd attempt to do any of the maintenance yourself when you see the boys come and the machine goes up in the air and they just get it all done. You go, wow, look at that.